visiting Rotarians.
There's one today, and that's for Lake Hickory, Floyd Lucas.
Welcome, Floyd. I'll build that for you. All right, guests of Rotarians in the room. Charles.
I have again today Terry Livingston, who is the Director of Operations at the Bears Club in Lenore. Thanks for having me.
Past President Moore.
Well, I'm real pleased to be at our table today. We've got two very special guests new to our community. I wanted to introduce them to you. First of all, Kim Pate. Kim is the new athletic director. She's been on the job about 3 days and already hired a basketball coach and a tennis coach and all kinds of things. So she's hit the ground running. It's going to be a great thing and doing all right. Sullivan is the new basketball coach. He's come here from Georgia State. He's also really hit the ground running. He's already had a couple of events he's attended and making sure all the recruits are tied down and everything's going great. So this is Everett Sullivan.
Welcome. We know you're a smart group because you found the best Rotary club in the area. So, do we have any other guests of Rotarians in the room? Announcements. Do we have any announcements? Mary?
Thank you. The weather people are predicting beautiful weather Sunday, and the Hickory Choral Society, because it's going to be such a beautiful Sunday, are going to perform Under the Sails at 5 o'clock. So I hope you can all come and hear us. It's music of the 60s. Beach music and Beatles.
Sounds great. Thank you.
And I put my money in.
And she put her money in. Thank you for the $1 donation. Mark appreciates it.
I just want to remind everyone that next Thursday, there's no regular meeting. We will be meeting at 5:30 at the Salt Block for a Rotary picnic. It's from 5:30 to 7:30. It's $15 per person for adults, and that will include graciously provided by the Holler Mill Crossing. It's going to be barbecue and summer sides and 2 drink tickets for 2 beers provided by American Honor Ale House, and then of course non-alcoholic drinks and water. Children 5 and under will be free, and 6 to 12 we said $10 because we're not going to give them the beer. Okay, all right, and Mark says 1. So yeah, so I hope you guys can all come. It's going to be really fun. We'll have some tents set up. There's sign-up sheets on your tables. So if you've not signed up for the one that was at the front previously, please sign up and let us know if you're going to have any guests. If you forget or realize later on that you can't come, just email me, and we just need to get a good number for the restaurant to provide the food. And hope to see you there.
Should be a great event. Hope everybody can make it.
Once in my life at Rotary, I get to toot my own horn. I want to invite all of you, well, maybe not all of you. I don't know if we have enough, but Homestead Senior Care is celebrating our 10th anniversary next week, and I'm so thrilled to be able to say that. We're having lunches for people on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and we're inviting the general public to come on Friday. So if you want a little snack and want to visit our office and see the team that works there and helps your parents, please come. It's right upstream from the police department on 2nd Avenue and 9th Street. I'll put my dog in.
Congratulations on 10 years. That's awesome. Do we have any other announcements? See Dan Kirby after the meeting if you had signed up for a shirt, and he's got those all laid out by sizes, so please see him. Also wanted to make sure everybody saw the article we got in the HDR on Sunday about our Teacher of the Year honor. So we had that. Thank you, Bruce, for sending that out and getting that in there. We got a couple thank you notes for our donations from Lisa. I think she thanked us all last week in person, but she made it a formal and sent a note for the donation we did for the Paul Whitener Art Show. And then also from the YMCA, from Gary, I think that's there, for the $1,000 donation we did to the YMCA as well. Thank you guys for sending those along. Let's see. John, I believe, has our sunshine committee report.
My name is John Bates, and I am a Rotarian, and proud of it. The birthdays that I have to announce today, gone but not forgotten yet: Carla Wagon on May 9th, Jenny White, not here, hers is the 11th, Rusty Roberts May 12th, and then since May 19th, Bob Ormuth may not be there or something anyway, and they might not get a chance at the picnic. Charles Snipes and John Watts are May 17th. I didn't know they were twins. If there are any other similarities, we won't discuss them. One of them might get mad. And Jan Bowmiller on May 20th. And I also had a note to congratulate Susan about the 10th anniversary. The current Rotarian magazine, the cover story, Like Father, Like Son. We've all heard a bit about Bono of U2 and all the stuff he does. Well, it seems like it runs in the band. The Edge, member of that band, his father is a longtime Rotarian in Ireland, and he's Welsh. Anyway, it's an interesting article about the background. He's a Rotarian and he's Presbyterian. This is the father, and so he's got to be a good guy. But anyway, I call that to your attention, as do all of the articles in the magazine. And finally, a humorous note. I've picked up off the internet about a thing about how fights get started sometime. Pick you a couple of examples. One year I decided to buy my mother-in-law a cemetery plot as a Christmas gift. The next year I didn't buy her a gift. When my wife asked me why, I said, well, she didn't use the one I gave her last year. And then the fight started. My wife was at our high school reunion and she kept staring at a drunk swigging his drink as he sat alone at a nearby table. I asked, do you know him? Yes, she sighed. He's my old boyfriend. He began drinking right after we split up years ago and he hasn't been at it since. My God, I said, who would think a person could go on celebrating that long? And then the fight started. Final one. Rear-ended a car this morning, the start of a really bad day. The driver got out of the other car and he was a dwarf. He looked up at me and said, I am not happy. So I said, which one are you? And the fight started. I did have a whole thing of Trump jokes, but I thought that would be inappropriate.
Stay away from political Trump. I got a few announcements, Cindy. I'll have a buffer here before you get up. I forgot to mention, we still need a volunteer to work with the Interact Club at the Salvation Army from 4 to 5 on May 20th, which is next Wednesday. See Linda Lutz if you can fill in that spot. We just need one person. Also, Susan Smith Walker emailed me today and let me know that her daughter had a baby, so she has a grandson. I think it's her second or third, John? Second or third, somewhere in there, 2.5. So, but had a baby on Tuesday, so congratulations to her. Also, if you will see Lynn, if you're interested in doing the matching for the foundation, we'll do up to 200 points. If you do up to $200, if you're real close to Paul Harrison, we can take care of that, so see her on that. Also, Cliff Goddard, if you can think of keeping him in your prayers, he's recuperating from triple bypass surgery.
Ooh.
So, Linda, any update? Is he doing okay? Linda, is he doing okay?
He is.
So Linda says he's doing good, but still.
His wife just needs to be in our prayers.
What was that?
His life needs to be in our prayer.
Okay. And I believe Sandy has an update on Idol for us. If you haven't paid your tickets, we're still taking money, by the way.
Yes, we are. I wanted to give you the figures we have thus far. And first of all, a big thanks to all of you for the ad sales, especially our dream team. Would you all please stand up? Everybody who's sold an ad or and the dream team, please.
Come on, everybody.
Come on. The total income this year was $3,000 more than we've ever, over last year, and it's the highest we've ever made. The income was $71,004. And we've greatly reduced our expenses this year by $5,000. So our total expenses came to $7,730. So our net income thus far is $63,274.
And since Bob Conklin isn't here, we might just spend some of that money this year. Sandy, I think Sandy deserves a round of applause for all the hard work that she did. I know that there was a lot of people in the club that were involved, but she really was the one that steered the ship and kept us on track the whole time. So we appreciate her hard work and effort. And it was a great event. I hope everybody was able to attend. And without further ado, Thomas has our program today.
Thank you, President Mark. Can everyone hear? Okay. I'm glad Mary shared with you the announcement about the Under the Sails concert by the Hickory Choral Society. Mary and I could do a little song and dance routine as we sing Under the Boardwalk, but we're not going to do that. But I do encourage you to come Sunday afternoon, be present downtown for the Under the Sails concert. You'll have a good time. Bring your picnic lunch, your seats, and just settle in for an hour plus of good music from the 60s. And those of you who still have your tie-dye shirts and bell bottoms, be sure and wear those. Sandy, I appreciate so much your report. That's a marvelous report. And it emphasizes and underscores the importance of Rotarian Idol for a reason that we're here today, and that's to celebrate the recipient of our Service Above Self Scholarship. We began awarding Service Above Self scholarships in 2005, and over that period of 11 years from 2005 until now, we have honored 32 Hickory High School seniors with a Service Above Self scholarship. And according to the best efforts that I could come up with during those 11 years, we have given $219,000 in scholarship money. Now that's a lot of money. In my, again, best estimates, during the past year, we have made these contributions to educational opportunities. We've given, these are unofficial, we've given about $25,000 to Imagination Library. The Wilbur Jenkins Award for teachers in our Hickory Public School came to about $5,000. And we have given students scholarship amounts this past year, 2015 to 2016, of roughly $10,500. So if my addition is correct, over the last year, this year, we have contributed for educational purposes for preschool students, for high school students, and for teachers around $40,500. Now that's a lot of money. And I think of that being not simply money that we are giving to children and to youth, but I think of that as our investment. Our investment in the children, youth, and adults who are fashioning life with the hope that these children, these youth, and these teachers will continue to be effective citizens in the communities in which they live. And Rachel, I will have to say that I know your family is in the process of moving to Mooresville, but I hope you and Robert will come back to Hickory and be good Rotarian type citizens in this community, because thus far you are already demonstrating what it is to be a Rotarian citizen among us. So I'm really proud of what we Rotarians are doing for the children, youth, and adults in our community, and the investments we are making through them to a quality of life for all citizens. How many of you can tell the two primary sources of income for these scholarships, Imagination Library, and the Wilbur Jenkins Award? How many of you can tell the two primary sources of income? John?
A raffle.
A raffle.
Rotarian Idol.
Rotarian Idol. And actually there's a third.
Help me with that. Endowment.
The Endowment, the Century Club. So I encourage you to be very generous in all forms of our contributions, because you see the results through the children, the youth, and the adults. And as Steve Mull has threatened time and time again, if we don't get behind these projects, it's an orange sale. So anyway, thank you. Well, before introducing our Service Above Self Scholarship recipient, I want to introduce our Service Above Self Scholarship team. It is our dream team. And I'm going to ask members of this team to please stand as I call your name. Carol Calmer. Carol is here. Go ahead and stand, Carol. And Linda Woods, Jerry Wilfong, Ann Williams, and Rosemary Bass-Young. Folks, these are caring, bright, insightful, and fun people to be with. And their sense of humor, as well as these other characteristics, are in spades, particularly during the interview sessions. So thank you very much for being in this team. As you read in your spoke, Ann Williams and Linda Lutz did a fabulous job revising our Service Above Self Scholarship application. It looks like this is the front cover, but it is a clean, clear, comprehensive application for the students to use. And let me share with you what Ann and Linda put at the very beginning of this application. These are the requirements for those who apply. Demonstrate consistent service to others. Not just occasional service here, there, and yonder, but consistent service. Lead by example. And you will hear a comment I will make in just a few moments about how Rachel has led by example. Show a record of good grades. Be in the top 20% of your Hickory High School senior class at the time of application, and exhibit financial need. That's what these students have to represent to be an applicant of the scholarship that you make possible for these students. As you read in your spoke program notes, we are grateful for Rayanne Comer. Rayanne is one of the counselors at Hickory High School. She has been instrumental in what we are about. She publicizes the scholarship from the early weeks of the school year. She assists students who are interested in the scholarship. She guides them in their application process. She receives the applications when they are due. She makes copies of them. She distributes the copies to those of us who are members of the team. She coordinates our interview schedule, and she even provides water for us during the interviews themselves. So, Rayanne, will you please stand? And I think Rayanne has a comment that she would like to share with you.
Thank you. I just wanted to say, on behalf of Hickory High School, to all of you, how much we appreciate what you have done for our students, how blessed that we feel to have the Rotary Club work specifically with our high school. It's been a pleasure, especially to work with the scholarship committee. I look forward to hearing Thomas's phone call at the start of each school year, and I've been at Hickory High for the last 5 years and feel like we have kind of worked a well-oiled machine. You know, we've kind of worked things out, so it's one of my favorite committees to work for. We couldn't do it without you. It's made a difference for so many of our students. And it's taught them to lead, serve by example. Rachel has been my student as her counselor 4 years, and Robert for 2, her younger brother. And I know our other students that were nominated for this scholarship made a comment to me that they're all very nervous when they go into that interview. This is their first opportunity a lot of times to have a group interview. And they come out and they're feeling just so much better. I think I shared that with Jerry, that they feel better about their self-esteem and their self-confidence. And even for those students that aren't chosen, that's a gift that they can take with them. Rachel has just, I can't say enough wonderful things about her. She's intelligent, she's independent, she has given so much to Hickory High School and to our community. She is definitely a top-notch student. She totally represents service above self, and I know she is dying to go on to Furman University. She will make a difference at that university as she goes on to follow in her, whatever her career steps are. So thank you very much. We appreciate it.
And of course, we couldn't do without the principal of Hickory High School, and Cheryl Ray. Cheryl could not be with us today. She is with her math students at Catawba Valley Community College for some program or contest.
Math tournament.
Pardon?
Math tournament.
Math tournament, okay. So we wish her and her students well with that. Well, the recipient of our $12,000 Service Above Self Scholarship is Rachel Elizabeth Keck. Rachel is the daughter of Nina and Dave Keck, and is the older sister of her beloved younger brother, Robert. And Nina and Dave, we appreciate your presence with us, and you have every good reason to be proud of your daughter, and I know your son as well. So thank you for the job that you are doing raising your children. Rachel qualified for the Service Above Self Scholarship in all the ways that are necessary. She received 2 strong letters of reference from one teacher and from her supervisor at Central Latino. And I simply want to share, before calling Rachel to come and speak to you, some of the comments that were made by a teacher and by her supervisor at Central Latino. Her Central Latino supervisor said this about Rachel: not only did she tutor children, she encouraged other Hickory High School students to join her. That in and of itself is the sign of a leader who can not only do the work, but who can encourage others to participate with her in that work. She listens to children, her supervisor continues, and lets the children lead in a way that is beautiful and empowering to the child. She always is patient and engaging with the students, and shows compassion when students become frustrated with homework. And I might say parenthetically that Rachel worked with these children in math and in reading. Her supervisor also had this to say about Rachel: she created a special relationship with those she worked with. They were excited to see her walk in the door. And during and after hours event, Rachel was found surrounded by the young girls, drawing and finding activities for them to work on until the last waning minutes when their parents arrived. And then her teacher, one of her teachers, had this to say about her. Her teacher observed how Rachel takes ownership and responsibility for her personal learning. She reveals an excitement for learning and an awareness of her own growth. And this teacher concludes with this assessment that expresses what I and members of our Service Above Self team experienced with Rachel. Rachel is respectful, polite, and has a positive personality in the classroom. I found her attitude refreshing, and I appreciated her positive energy during class. And then one of the members of our own team, interviewing team, had this to say about Rachel. Rachel was inspirational. She left me motivated and eager to do additional service myself. I think this observation, more than any other, captures the spirit of our Rotary motto, service above self. Because service is not just something we do individually. It's something we invite others to participate in, to make a difference in our club and in our community and in our world. So it gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce to you Rachel Keck as our Service Above Self Scholarship recipient for 2016.
I want to thank Rotary for giving me this award. I am challenged and inspired by your service to the community and to the world. Ralph Waldo Emerson states, "The purpose of life is not to be happy, it is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived, and to live well." I believe that the purpose of our lives is to serve others because it makes the world around you a better place and makes you an even better person. Over the past years, I have provided service to Hickory High through tutoring and helping children at Central Latino, to packing and delivering boxes to families in need, to volunteering as a nursery attendant at my church. Just recently, my family participated in a mission trip to Mongolia. Both at home and abroad, I have seen the many challenges people face in their everyday lives, challenges that none of us have to face. These struggles that the families and children endure have challenged me to be a better person and to strive to help the world and the community I live in. I want to thank you again for honoring me with this award, and my goal is to make all of you proud and to make the community and the world a better place. Thank you.
Rachel represents you on behalf of the club class for your service above self. Thank you very much, Rachel. I do hope everybody did take a few minutes to read the front page of the spoke here and everything that Rachel accomplished. I'm not sure if she should win the scholarship or the Rotarian of the Year. She's a better Rotarian than half of us in this room, myself included, definitely. So congratulations and great job on all this stuff. And if you need if you have a little extra time, we've got 8 or 10 players with the crawdads that could probably use some help with their English. So if you've got a few extra minutes, we can get you involved with that as well. Thomas, I would like to thank you and your committee for the wonderful work that you guys did. I'm sure it was a tough decision. Obviously, you picked an outstanding candidate. I would like to mention, though, Thomas, I don't know if anybody else noticed Thomas's committee. He's the only male in the group. I think he knew what he was doing when he was putting his committee together. He had a good-looking committee there.
I am a smart man.
Yes, you are, Thomas. Yes, you are. So, congratulations, Rachel. Committee, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Bob, come on down. We've got the Service Above Self raffle, actually. And I hope everybody bought tickets of all days. Don't forget to get your t-shirts from Dan and to sign up for the salt block next week. And I'm being reminded, I forget it every time, cart buckets. Please put some change and folding money in the cart buckets. And the winner, where are we at? I'm jumping ahead. We have 37 cards, 2 jokers. We raised $65 today. We are at $1,048. And the last 4 digits are 1724. Mr. Cliff Moon.
I'll get a free, Charles is back there hoping I get a free lunch anyway, so.
Here's to a free lunch.
Here's to a free lunch. Yep.
When we get the 8 of spades. Here, we're throwing a free orange for you. Congratulations. Don't forget your free lunch, though. All right, let's close with the 4-way test. Of the things we think, say, and do.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?